Hi there and welcome to Tactical Magfed. In this video I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Blackhawk Omnivore holster. Okay, so in the box in front of me I have the Omnivore holster by Blackhawk. Blackhawk are a real steel supplier of CQC holsters and other equipment for the real steel world. This particular holster is called the Omnivore. The Omnivore series of holsters, effectively they eat any pistol, apparently. They can take any pistol, hence the Omnivore tagline, I'd imagine. So on the box here it basically states that designed to fit more than 150 handguns with an accessory rail, and that is the key thing. Your pistol has to have a accessory rail because it relies on the fact that this particular model relies on the fact that it has to have a light attached. This particular holster is a hip carry holster. It's designed to fit the Surefire X300, X300U-A. States here it's got rock solid retention, fits more than 150 handguns, injected molded polymer, made in the USA. Good for you guys out in the States looking for a homegrown product. Blackhawk.com/omnivore, you can find a list of all the compatible handguns this will fit. If it fits the real steel version, it will fit the Airsoft version and the paintball version, more than likely. It's got, like I said, it's got the Omnivore trademarked system. So this version needs the X300 light. There is another version for another light. I think it's the TM1. I can't remember the name of the company, but there's another light manufacturer that they can fit a different version of this. And then they have the standard Omnivore, which just has a little attachment that goes on the attachment rail that clicks into the holster to hold it, rather than it doesn't have any retention on the pistol, so it doesn't scrape your pistol. If you have to spend a lot of money on a custom pistol, handgun, whatever, it doesn't scrape any part of the body. It's all on the retention of the light. So that's a feature and bear in mind. It does have an active retention mechanism, so it's got a thumb release. When you draw the pistol you can't take it out without pressing the thumb release, and it's level 2 retention to hold it in place. So if anyone is looking at this review, it can be used in most cases for a duty weapon, a duty carry holster. Free floating design, doesn't wear the body of your firearm or pistol, whatever you're going to put in it, because it locks on the light. And it's got a 3-position adjustable release. The retention release has 3 levels that I'll show you in a moment. That's enough reading the outside of the box. Let's go ahead and open this up. Now I do have a slight admission to make. This is the 3rd attempt at making this video. This is the 3rd time this has been out of the box. I did this a few days ago, and then when I looked at the footage I realised the microphone was in the shot and the sound was absolutely terrible. So I tried it again, and partway through that recording my second camera above just quit on me. So fingers crossed this will be the 3rd and final attempt at doing this video. But as we open this up you'll see that some of the bags have been opened, and didn't want to try and mislead you that it's the first time this has been out. I've also modded this since it's been out of the box to fit a Cytac attachment, so it fits on all my Cytac gear. So I'll point that out to you. It doesn't come with a hole in it. I'll point out that hole so you know that you won't expect one on yours. Okay, so let's get this out of here. It's got a really nice feel to the packaging actually. You can tell that Blackhawk are big company. They well package their products. It's a nice sturdy box, and it's not one of those awkward blister packs that you have to cut open and ruin. This one just comes apart onto poppers here. There we go. So if you're like me and you like keeping the box, if you need to pack it away or sell it, you don't have to ruin it to open it. So in the box you get one Omnivore holster, one hip paddle, one belt, belt loop adapter, you get 2 additional thumb pads, different height thumb pads to heighten up that retention paddle. I'll show you those in a minute. I'll fit one of those. A bunch of little accessories that go on the hip paddle and the belt loop adapter, and essentially these are additional kind of retention so that they stop the one lot stop the belt loop from moving up and down your belt, so it's nice and firm for your draw, and the other one is the same for the hip paddle. They're little hooks that when you pull your pistol out, they hook onto the underneath of your belt or whatever's on your side, so you don't pull the paddle off in a flap or an encounter that you might need to. I'm not intending on using either of those, but I will run through how that all goes together. And then of course you just got your 3 screws that screw into the back here to fit either your paddle or your belt adapter. You've got Blackhawk sticker, if you're into that kind of thing, you'll stick it on your box or some of your gear. And you've got a comprehensive instruction manual here, giving you a full breakdown of all the guides, different adjustments, all the parts that came in the kit, what they're named. So Omnivore belt loop platform. I wonder what those bits were called. It's just the loop platform and the paddle platform. It's all part of one thing. It does go over the different aspects of the different Omnivore holsters. So it's this. It looks like it's a universal one across all the holsters that you can get. So yeah, all in English. Don't think there's any other languages in there. It's got some information like your warranty that I have voided because I've drilled a hole through it. Go over that in a moment. A 1-year limited warranty. Okay, put that there, and we'll put the box to one side. Okay, so first things first, the holster itself. Okay, so this is a very sturdy, very sturdy holster indeed. Nice thick plastic, heavy duty. You know, as I say, these are real steel manufacturers, so this has got to comply with, you know, whatever the standards are in the States for meeting the gun laws and stuff like that. So they know what they're doing. It's very sturdy. It's got a nice premium feel to it. It's all this shiny, I don't know if it's ABS plastic, but shiny plastic here, and then there's also this moulded rubberized kind of tactile coating on the outside here. It's really nice. It's hot in here today, so I'm quite clammy, and you still get a good grip on there. So yeah, that's a nice bonus on there. It's nice and grippy. So on the back here, the whole holster is one piece, and then this part on here clips on and is screwed on as a separate part, and then obviously you've got the moving components inside here, so minimal parts, minimal fuss to go wrong. There's one spring in there. I have had this apart. There's one spring and one piece of plastic, so the whole thing is literally five pieces to get this whole thing to work. Nice and simple. So I'll just explain the retention system. So this all locks around the light. There's nothing that touches your pistol. I will get a pistol out in a moment and I'll show you how it all works. Effectively, the light slides into the bottom section here. There's a little retention pin there that you can adjust. So if you turn this screw right, it tighten the retention, make it stiffer to put in and pull out. Turn it anti-clockwise, the reverse, it's easier and looser to pull out. So yeah, that's the only really adjustable feature on there. You've got 3 levels of Thumbpad. I know that I like the second level of Thumbpad, so I'm going to I'll quickly put the Thumbpad on, and then I'll get the pistol and show you what it looks like with a pistol in it. Right, so let's grab the middle thumb pad. You can see that you've got two different heights there. Depending on how big the pistol is you're going to put in there, you might want to take or add those on as you see fit. I know that this middle one works nicely with my PPQ, so I'm going to put this one on, ready for when I want to use it. Okay, screw it over there. Don't go crazy screwing these in. It is only plastic. You only got to get it to the point where it's going to bite. It's got a nice grip to it, so you don't need to over tighten this. Okay, that should do that. Okay, so got a nice. And these extra bits on the standard bit is just plastic. These do have a slightly rubberized feel to them. They're slightly squishy, not too much, but there is a slightly more tactile rubber feeling to it. It's not just hard plastic. Okay, so with the thumb part on there, I will just quickly show you. So there's a 3-point adjustment on here as well. So this is the additional hole that you won't have if you get one of these. I've drilled that hole through there to allow me to get a Allen key wrench through the back to tighten up the Cytac nut. Those of you familiar with the Cytac nut, normally you have to put an Allen key through or hex wrench through to hold the nut in place and to tighten it up. So I drilled that through there. In actual fact, it doesn't affect any of the mechanism in there. I took it all apart and checked it before I drilled it, so it's completely functional. If anyone's interested in seeing how a Cytac mount, or how I custom made a Cytac mount to fit on here, to fit my Cytac quick release system and all the rest of it, hit me up in the comments, convince me to do another video. I'll probably do another one anyway. But yeah, hit me up in the comments, say that you'd like to see it, give it a thumbs up. If I get enough likes and stuff and comments, I'll put that up there. But yeah, the 3 adjustment system. So the single pin, the flat line goes at the bottom, and these vertical line of dots go either side. And effectively, that is what it looks like when it's straight. That is what it looks like when it's at that angle, and then you can really ramp it round like that. Depending on how you that would make it like that, and vice versa, you can do it around like that. So depending on how you want your the angle of your draw, you've got a 3-point adjustment on there. Okay, so put that to one side. I will just quickly run over the belt loop and the hip paddle. So you've got all these little accessories here that are part of these systems. So these two go with the belt loop, and these two go with the paddle. We'll do the belt loop first. So effectively, if you're putting this on your belt, if your belt is that thick, then all well and good. You don't need to put any of these bits on it. If you've got a slightly thinner belt, like a 1-inch belt, 1 3/4 inch belt, what you might want to do is put your belt through there, and where there's any slack, so if you want the slack at the top, you put the pin at the top, so it heightens, pulls that up. If you want the slack at the bottom, you put that there, and that'll bring it up to the top of your belt. Wherever you want to put it, pull that round there, give it a good old push, and it'll click on. You can pop that apart again if you want to and move it for a different belt, but yeah, it's designed to pop on there, and then that reduces the wobble on your belt, or the movement on your belt when you're pulling the pistol out. That's the hip paddle. Again, this is nice thick plastic. There's a bit of bend to it, a bit of give, but it's nice and thick. It's good, sort of 2.5–3 mil probably on there. Same again with it. This is a slightly different plastic. This feels like a bit more of a harder plastic. It's slightly thinner, so yes, different type of plastic, but it's got all the same adjustments on there. So you've got a 3-point adjustment where you want to put the holster, but it's got this different retention system. So when you put that on your belt will be through there. If, for instance, you push the paddle, it could ride up. So what they've given you are these 2 little adjusters here. You effectively do the same thing. Look at your thickness of your belt, put these little adapters in here, like so, and then you need a screwdriver or something, and you just turn those round until the hooks are pointing upwards. And then what that does, those little hooks, when your belt is on the other side, when you slide the paddle on over your belt, they'll grab your belt on the upwards, so you can't pull that off in a if you're in a hurry and you go to draw your pistol and don't hit the thumb, you won't pull the paddle off your belt. It'll keep it where it needs to be. So good little touches. Not really. I've seen those similar bits to those on things before, but not these. That looks like it could be a patent pending for Blackhawk. So get those out of the way. What you really want to know now is what this looks like with the pistol and how it works. So by the power of editing, I'm going to get a pistol out. There you go. Okay, so we have a light and a pistol. Just so you know, there's no magazine in there. There you go, all empty. I'll leave the magazines in the box. Put that out of the way. Okay, so here we have my PPQ, my Umarex PPQ paintball pistol. Snubby little pistol, love this pistol, but I wanted to rock it with a light. So this is, it says X300 Ultra and Surefire on it, but it is not a genuine Surefire light. It's a Chinese replica, basically 25 quid off eBay or something like that. I've put a link in the description. For my purposes, scenario, paintball, gameplay, you know, Magfed gameplay, you can buy the full 200 and something odd pound original, but I can't afford that, so I got this cheap knockoff version. It does fit and work exactly the same as the real deal. So essentially just slide the light on up to the pistol like that so it fits, and then this is your retention element to fit it to the holster. So there we go. So that's actually the slide of the PPQ wrapped in there. It's not going to come out. Push the thumb release, out it comes. Okay, so just to prove a point, and that there is zero retention with the pistol. There you go. They don't fib. It doesn't touch anything on the pistol. It's all about the light. There you go. Just one thing to cover on this really. So there have been some of the real steel guys out there in the States have kind of been showing various bits on various pistols. You can see, don't know if you can see that on the camera up there. You can see the trigger sort of glinting in there. So you can see the trigger, and if you've got small hands, you can get your finger in there onto the trigger. Now where it sits there at the minute, I'm pulling that and I can't activate it because I can't get my finger on the trigger safety. But if I really push my finger in, there you go. You can fire it. Hence why I checked it was all empty and not gassed. Okay, so that's one thing to bear in mind in the real steel world. In the paintball world, no one's going to be trying to nick this and shoot me with it. Maybe that's not maybe that's not true. They might be trying to nick it off me and shoot me with it, but it's not so much of a concern in the paintball world. It's not my life on the line. If you are looking at this for a duty holster and stuff like that, just check from reliable sources on people that use it with real steel variants of whatever gun you're looking at. In the paintball world, you can pretty much jam anything in here. You can put the light on, and it's going to be a safe holster for you to use. So yeah, pop that out. The major benefit of this, because it can take 150 different variants of handguns, if any more sort of replica paintball guns come out, I'm not going to have to look for a holster for each one. It can be quite difficult sometimes to get holsters to fit all your gear. Now I've got this one. If I do borrow someone else's pistol, have to borrow one, I can stick my light on it and put it in this holster. If I get a new pistol exactly the same. And if things go well with the channel and I do get the option to get kit for review, I can use this for that kit. I haven't got to kind of source various holsters and things for different kit. So it's going to be a good thing to have. I really like it. Like I say, I have had it fitted to my belt kit, and I have done a mod and created a custom Cytac mount to go on here. I will do a follow-up video on there. Just leave something in the comments to say you'd be interested in seeing that, and I'll post that up. I like it. It's really sturdy made, really well made, sturdily made, and it's a genuine need that I have. So I hope that's answered any questions you might have had about this holster, whether it works with the PPQ in particular, whether it's any good for paintball, and whether you can actually fit a Cytac mount on it. So all those things I've covered off in here. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you found it useful, please go ahead and hit the like, subscribe and bell notifications. It really helps us YouTubers out and gets all our content out there to new viewers. Thank you again for watching. If you like this video, head over to the channel page and check out some of the playlists. There's other kit and gear reviews on there that you might find interesting too. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in another video.